Ain't Linda Paris aboard the Titanic because there was no lifeline for our ancestors. Again, hit that like button, share and subscribe, and don't forget our ancestors who died on the Titanic. Black Titanic.
Is having a tough time doing what you asked her to do. Shutting the hell up. Well, she can't shut up. Okay. So how does she answer the question then? To where she's not crying in the coop. Like a business person, Lawrence. Well, she's having a tough time doing it. I don't know. Can you help her? All you can do is shut the going forward. They didn't say anything to Tisha that they didn't want Tisha to respond. They called Tisha a dog, she barked. They said this, they had Tisha on a leash. What? Okay, babe. If you proud of how you acted, be that.
So he said I jumped up and left something.
Think about what you just done, and you have 2 daughters at home. Would you ever look at somebody on TV and see those 2 daughters?
He pissed off at her for asking him about the Africa trip, y'all. Oh!
And hey, be like her. It's not a Facebook post. It's not a, I'm sorry tomorrow. This is life. This is our moment in time. Your moment in time is now. And you have to choose that. You have to choose that every time. Now, it sounds good. Ain't no cameras on. It sounds good. Ain't nobody here. This is practice. And in practice, we got it. But then as soon as something happens, our emotions come take place. And all of a sudden, we're going crazy. Like we don't own stuff. Like we are not who we say we are. No. Unacceptable. Why are we even trying to be good parents if we're going to sit up here on national TV and act like ghetto people?
Ghetto, yeah, you know you're ghetto. You know you're right ghetto.
As a teenager.
This is out the armor. Hit that like button.
Has she ever speculated to you that Marsau cheated?
Yes.
Was this before the show?
Yes.
Okay. So is Kiki lying right now?
Yes. I don't know what Kiki is that Marsau should have. I'm lying. Kiki was my girl, and she know what happened. That's why I know it's her thing. So what happened was, I found a picture of a girl in Marsau's phone. Yes. And it had hearts on the
Was it a picture?
It was a movie shot. Yeah, it was a black. And so I actually tried to take it to her and and then so we researched her and I together. Yeah, I didn't find anything else. Nothing else came up. And that was the end of it.
Did you confront Marsau about that?
Yeah, I asked him about it. Yeah.
Okay, girl, let me tell y'all something. She is facing a nightmare right now because, honey, she do not want nobody to know that her husband was cheating on her. I found a booty picture. Yet she would make excuses for him. It's almost as if she's up there saying she's sorry to the audience that he was messing around on her. Her discovery of infidelity is like a nightmare to her. But it's the nightmare is that the national audience sees her. Even as it been several weeks ago or even 14 years ago, she lacked the insight and lacked empathy for her own self. She keep persisting that her partner is not portraying her. But her partner is very defensive. Y'all see him up there smirking and smiling and joking. That's defensive. He do not like the fact that he is put on Front Street like that. But let's keep going because she's still blaming Mel. Notice she say Mel brought her on the show to talk about me. She's hurt. She's deeply hurt. And his trust have been broken, but she seemed to not to understand that. Keep going.
Oh, get your phone.
I interviewed this girl. out of the blue, she just sent me a picture.
You went through Marcel's phone. You discovered in Marcel's phone a picture of a woman's ass with hearts on her ass.
No.
You hearted a picture. You like the picture. Okay. Why did you?
You said, a midday work surprise.
You said what?
Okay, a midday work supply. Now, he liked the picture, but he kept denying that he did until Kiki called him on Front Street. And even it's like two realities now. This reality is hitting this girl smack in her face that her partner had betrayed her. But it's like she's making excuses for him. Oh, it wasn't that bad. It was just a booty picture. It wasn't that bad, y'all. It's just a booty picture. He liked it. Yeah, and then he said it was just a midday snack. Well, how did the picture get in your phone? Well, I worked with the woman. Oh, she says she's still making up excuses. Well, he didn't have sex with the girl. I checked. I did my research. Oh, it wasn't a relationship. I checked because there was not any more contact. There wasn't no 20 women, so a lot of women's in his phone. This girl is making up excuses for her husband. This girl is apologizing to him for sneaking around on her. He didn't really mean it. He didn't really mean it. It was just a fantasy. Meanwhile, he's still sitting up there with that smirk on his face. He knows he's not in trouble, but he do not like being put on Front Street like that because, after all, he want to be looked on as this multi-million-dollar businessman. Yeah, but he's admitted. He finally admitted that, I liked it. But I said it was just a midday snack or something like that. But, she's screaming and hollering like, well, that was just 14 years ago. Tisha, Kiki gonna say, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. She wanna say, I forgave him. Just move on from it. But this girl knows what's in store for her if she go home. This man have a dark personality. This man is emotional abusive to her, and she had better put him on a pedestal while he's in public, or else. Let's keep listening.
What did he say?
But you know what? You was funny? No surprise.
Why did this woman feel comfortable sending you that? Did you guys have conversations for her to feel comfortable sending you a picture of her ass?
Send me that in DM now, like all the time. That was my very first time seeing it. I was surprised, didn't know about it. And there was no communication after that. Like, oh, okay.
That was the only thing that I was aware of. The only thing that ever happened, it was nothing of, oh my God, we was together, or I saw like text messages, I saw more pictures, we saw nothing else.
I know, but this is a thing that's confusing to me and I think the world. Your husband.
Y'all hear that? I ain't find no more text messages, nothing else. I saw that booty picture, but I ain't find nothing else. I did my research. So she found this proof, y'all. She found this proof that this man have naked pictures in his phone. And what has he done with the naked picture? All his energy is going towards that lady on the naked picture. And he have disconnected from her. She don't get much at home because why? He's got those naked pictures that he can use his energy on. She's rationalizing for him. She just rationalizing for him. Then she want to look over there at Mel and blame Mel. Said, Mel, you did this. You brought her to the show. Oh, he didn't have sex with the girl because I did my research. I didn't see no more pictures, no phone number. Ain't like he had all these women. Oh boy, it was just a fantasy, she say. It was just a fantasy. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, baby. Baby, I'm so sorry. Don't get mad at me. I'm doing the best I can to fix it. I wish Carlos would move on, baby. I'm trying to fix this for you. I'm trying to fix this situation, baby, so don't get mad at me. I don't want nobody to think that you betrayed me, baby.
Received a very sexually explicit photo that he liked and responded to in the comments. You mean to tell me that after experiencing that and then constantly hearing things about your husband, you never once said, could this be true to what people are saying?
I researched it.
I researched it.
Before I even confronted myself, I go make a research. Even when they said something, I go make a research. I do my homework before I confront people. So I also know what I'm from their homework. Nothing. But they're trying to girl against us. So they are intelligent. Promote the little girls.
I know, but Tisha, I don't care one girl about it.
You're not my girl. If you know what it would have been an issue, and she know that she tried to shit.
No, I want to say.
Oh, wow, y'all. This is unreal. She trying to fix it for him. All this damage been done to this girl emotionally. It seems unreal that somebody could rationalize this man's behavior. He had betrayed you, Tisha. He had betrayed your trust. He had betrayed your heart, girl. Yet you trying to fix it for him. Oh, I researched it. I researched it. She keeps saying she's blaming herself.
I'm just saying.
I love that girl. So
I know.
And she forgot about it. It's she brought up on the show. It happened so long ago.
Okay.
It's only like 14 years ago. I forgot about you. She brought up at the finale.
So, Miss Wanda, did you know about this?
The more she explained his damaging behavior, the more she plead about his damaging behavior, the more she apologized, the more this man smirked. He smirks and make jokes out of it. But after a while, he gonna get tired of it and tell her to shut her mouth. Even though she trying to fix it, he is getting impatient and he's getting angry. And so is she, because she wants them to move on because y'all get me in trouble. And now the focus going to be turned back to her mama. Let's see what mama is saying.
I did not know anything about this. She did not tell me anything.
How does it feel now knowing that your daughter experienced this with Marsau?
I mean, it hurt me to hear this because I feel I look at myself totally different. But
so she looked at Marsau differently. Yeah, I don't know about that. But what she's saying is ineffective. It's ineffective when you sit up there and apologize for your husband damaging behavior towards you. You are powerless, girl. And you let him know that you are powerless, because what he do, he joke about it. He keep focusing on you. He focusing on you because he know you know what to do. You better fix it. That's what you better do. Because you know what? He'll be telling her to shut up. He or she doing just fine. He would have been to told her to shut up. This man is so disconnected from this girl. It's like they're strangers to each other, y'all. All this loss and grief that I feel her. It's inside of her, y'all. Y'all saw her screaming, her facial expression, her teeth almost gritting. She is so full of grief. How can this person be in love? How can my soul say he loved this woman, that he's committed in life with this woman? He don't even raise his children with her. He went and had himself clipped. This shows that he little care about her. He cares little about her. He doesn't like this woman. Yeah, she is abused. She's an emotional abused woman.
White mob burned a vibrant black community to the ground, which is crazy. Even crazier, dozens of other black towns have been erased off the American map, not by burning them down, but by hiding them underwater. Don't know what I mean? Well, let's find out in a segment called How Did We Get Here? This is Lake Lanier. It's a lake in Forsyth County, Georgia, where people go swimming and boating and fishing and do a bunch of other lakey things. But before it was Lake Lanier, it was a town called Oscarville, Georgia. Now, Oscarville was a thriving, predominantly black community with a church, a school, and dozens of homes until the year 1912 when a very bad thing happened. Oh, two very bad things. In 1912, two black teenagers were accused of rape. They were tried, convicted, and sentenced to death in a single day. And after they were executed, a mob of white men terrorized, drove out, or killed all the black people in the surrounding area. And they did that until the entire black community of Oscarville disappeared. The county went from having over 1,000 black residents in 1912 to 0 in 1920. That story is so sad, it makes this story look like a comedy. After the black community had been run off, the white people of Forsyth County said, you know what we could use? A big old lake. So they made one, right where the town of Oscarville had just been. They flooded the area and literally covered up the entire town with water. This is what it looks like right now. But the town is still under there. The homes and churches and schools, they're still down there. And now people go boating on top of them. Compared to that, this is truly a rom-com. Now, you might be thinking, what a weird, isolated incident. But just like the rat who ate the pizza in the subway, this story is both crazy and common. Ever heard of Collegia, Alabama? It was once a thriving black community with a black college, the first black railroad, and literally hundreds of family homes. Today, it's Lake Martin. At least they had the decency to name it after a black person. And if you think this kind of thing only happened in the South, let me introduce you to a place called Central Park. It's named after that coffee shop on Friends. Central Park used to have a black community in it called York Hill. But the city of New York destroyed York Hill so that they could build the Central Park Reservoir. Because if there's one thing New York needs, it's another place for ducks to hang out. But if you come here, don't try and feed those ducks. They are very aggressive. Mess around and lose a finger. Now, when the residents of York Hill were kicked out of their homes, they fled to another black community nearby called Seneca Village. And then a few years later, New York destroyed Seneca Village too, so that they could build Central Park on top of it. The craziest part of this story is that I work a few blocks away from a place where the government disappeared two black communities. And until recently, I didn't know about any of it. You know why? Because it worked. They tried to erase black communities and they came way too close. But now there are people doing the research. So we are finally learning about places like Henry and McKee Islands, which is now located under Lake Guntersville in Alabama. And Vanport, Oregon, which is now located under Delta Park. And all of these towns, which are currently literally underwater. Hey, wait, hold on. What was that last one? Old Neversink. That's a real place. Well,
so y'all can see all these progressive black towns. They're under the water. You got the school buses, the church, the graveyard, all of that. And most of our people were murdered and submerged underwater. But Lake Guntersville is just maybe about 20 to 30 minutes from here. And I pass it often. I never knew that lake where we went fishing at a lot had our ancestors buried underneath. Learn something new every day, y'all. Lake Gunnerville is right by Huntsville, Alabama. And the strangest thing of it is they got the biggest fish, and that's been where my brother loved to go fishing. But since we learned about the black towns that's underneath there, we stopped fishing there.